Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Fatihah Nabila binti Kamaruzaman and this is my outstanding performance video. Allow me to explain what pollen is. Pollen is a powdery substance produced by most seed plants for sexual reproduction. Pollen grains vary in shape according to species. The variations can be in size, shape, surface texture, and structure. These differences are often used in palynology to identify plant species. Pollen is crucial for plant reproduction and biodiversity. The pollination process involves the movement of pollen grains or male gametophytes transferring male gametes from stamens to the stigma, the receptive female reproductive organ area. This process not only ensures the survival and genetic diversity of plant species, but also supports entire ecosystems. The morphological features of pollen grains can significantly influence the type of pollinators that a plant attracts. Firstly, the shape influences the pollination of pollen. The pollen of Thunbergia grandiflora has a spheroidal shape. Spheroidal pollen grains are round and can be less aerodynamic. So, the shape of Thunbergia grandiflora pollen is not aerodynamically designed for effective wind distribution because it needs the streamlined shape required to maximize its wind travel distance and minimize air resistance. So, the pollen of Thunbergia grandiflora is usually associated with insect pollination, which is a more effective technique for pollen transfer than wind. Next, the most exciting fact about pollen is the pollen wall. If the exine ornamentation of pollen has texture at its wall, it will be pollinated mainly by animals or insects. The pollen of Tridens procumbens has pinnate short and long spines contributing to its distinct morphological traits within the Asteraceae family. This is because pollen grains become more accessible to transfer to other plants due to the spiky exine ornamentation, which helps them to stick to insects and other visiting animals. Additionally, the spines may increase the likelihood of successful pollination by assisting the pollen grains in becoming airborne, being moved by wind current to different locations, and adhering to the stigmas of other flowers. Lastly, the smooth pollen walls allows pollen grains to disperse more efficiently through wind, increasing the chances of successful pollination. Smooth pollen grains have less surface friction, making it easier for them to be carried by the wind over long distances. Pollen from Tabernaemontana divaricata has cyclic exine ornamentation, which has a smooth pollen wall. Pollen surface morphology and plant pollination syndromes are often correlated. Plants that animal pollinate frequently develop complex patterns and decoration on their pollen surface. On the other hand, the pollen surfaces of plants pollinated by wind or water are smoother. Now, let's take a look at one of the most well-known pollinators, bees. Bees are part of the Hymenoptera order. Bees are flying insects that feed on nectar and pollen. Bees' preferred flowers are often determined by flower color, nectar concentration, quality and quantity, flower structure, flower shape, and flower size. These interactions may benefit both parties because the flower depends on pollination for sexual reproduction, pollen transport, and fertilization. On the other hand, bees are looking for floral resources such as pollen or calorie-rich nectar. As bees line on the flower to feed on the nectar, pollen sticks to its body. It spreads when bees move or visit flowers of a different species or on the same self-incompatible plant to consume additional nectar, creating a symbiotic relationship that sustains both plant and animal life, contributing to the stability and productivity of natural habitats and agriculture systems. Lastly, non-native flowers, also known as exotic or introduced flowers, are plant species brought to a new region where they do not naturally occur. These introductions can happen intentionally for purposes such as landscaping and agriculture or unintentionally through travel. Non-native species can cause pollinator competition, impacting native plant sex and visiting rates. Non-native flowers have flower color and nectar that will attract pollinators. Duranta erecta is a flower that is native to Africa and South America. Native flowers will be impacted when pollinator visitation rates of non-native flowers rise because of nectar availability. As the diversity of pollinator number rises, Duranta erecta may experience increased fertilization rates. This might increase the plant's capacity to grow and spread, which could be extremely dangerous for native ecosystems. It can outcompete native plant species for resources like light, water, and nutrients because of its strong reproduction potential. To reduce the threat of non-native species, we need to restore native habitats by replanting native species and removing invasive ones. Enhancing habitat quality can help native species recover and thrive. In conclusion, learning about pollen is crucial because it is fundamental to plant reproduction and biodiversity. Understanding pollen characteristics and behavior helps in agricultural productivity by enhancing crop yields through effective pollination strategies. It also aids in conserving plant species by ensuring successful reproduction, which is vital for maintaining ecosystems.